It's interesting given that Lufia 2 came out about 4 years after this game did. 92. I really believe that, though. Quite as lucky with the gem drops, but got one bigger. That's one. Hey, Sick Nick. Last run was a 345 on this Death Warp. This was a 349. Yeah, definitely Maresh. Soul Blazer Trilogy was made by a pretty small studio called Quintet, too. Like, the guy that was the kind of the main producer for this game was also the president of Quintet. Ones. Stories. It's barely sub 9. Last one was like 854 or so. That choke in the painting this time, please. Fast kill on the first spear guy finally, even though I took 2 hits in the process. Fight or solid arm. And pace for sub 12. It's Valley. Heck yeah! My first ever sub 12 solid arm. Hey, Spud McKeegan, welcome in. Laughed, I was afraid to hit if I orient myself. Nice, bud. One thing I definitely will say about speedrunning RPGs is that they often tend to be a lot more chill than action games, as far as kind of just giving you a lot more time to breathe and to kind of always be have all of your focus on the game. That lizard had places to be, apparently. Overall, not as good of a teleport pattern from that set of lizards as in the run, though. It's kind of both. It both preserves my direction as far as shots of magic, although that doesn't really matter as much anymore now that I have light arrows, and it does also do damage. Not as much damage as swinging, but an important thing is that it lets me get around minimum level requirements that this game has for actually swinging swords, because every sword in the game has a level requirement. That doesn't matter for poking. Hey, Monocle, thanks for the luck. Yeah. It's also a shame that the speed that they not only is there more text than in the Japanese version, but they slowed down at the rate that the text draws out too. Like Japanese text saves like 9 minutes or so. Hey, Honest Cone. Pretty solid week. I have no interest in running the Japanese version, though. I feel like if I'm gonna run a relatively obscure game, running it, also putting it into a foreign language would be a disservice. It's more people aware of this gem. Yes. Inadvertent compliance with unsigned byte limitations, I guess. Yeah, that's where you get the Leaves of Greenwood, which you need in order to get into the Light Shrine. Something I didn't know until after having completed several speedruns of this game too is that you don't actually have to equip the leaves you just have to have them in order to be able to ride the rafts. Alright, a decent top floor. Fire Shrine felt a little slower than the last run, though, just because hot bridge cycles line up quite as cleanly with hot to the bridge. Hey, Bunko. Alright, 1 second gold. More importantly, save time. And hey, sub 30 Greenwood too. That's also a first, along with sub 12 Grass Valley. Sub 30 is pretty decent for the ice armor route. Because I have to give up about 2.5 minutes to get the ice armor. Makes Leo's lab in particular way safer. Hey Scala, thank you very much for the luck. I had a pretty hot pace going into Leo's lab in the last run, and then I choked. Wonder how many people can claim that their speedrun died to invisible catapults, though. It feels like a pretty unique honor. Yeah, same, lapel du vide. This game has this really cool, unique kind of slap bass instrument used in a lot of the music too. If I can name another Super Nintendo game that does that. Yep. I very shamelessly admit that one of the factors I consider when picking games to speedrun is how much I enjoy the soundtrack. Listening to a lot of it. Oh, is Clay Fighter has that too? For renting Clay Fighter as a kid, but a long time ago. Taking another intentional hit, but trouble. Still low enough to get the death warp off of one bubble. And Lagoon does have some decent music. Final Dungeon, Lagoon Castle's music is pretty sweet. Really, I made a brief wrong detour to manipulate those big jump ups. Certainly a creative reason to get a copy of Lagoon. Hey, Muffin Low. It happens. Typing is sometimes just impossible. It does too. On health. Hey, Notre Dame evening, sir. Favorite area in this game? The speedrun, I'd probably say it's this area, just because it's got a lot of really cool variety as far as the areas you go to and how the combat works. Casually, I would probably say Leo's Lab. Hey, Metric, evening. So nice. Took a ton of damage on those crabs in the first run and ended up having to hit Bluster Island really conservatively, so it's not bad this time. One of the, other than just the 2.5 minute detour to get the ice armor, the other big drawback of the ice armor route is that I level up right before you take an intentional death here. Extra experience from the 2 fights I had to do in ice armor. Need to get this heal, but just want to get full health going into the bus. Yay! I was 1 minute ahead at St. L's in the first run. That is nice. Oh, that was the right one. It's blocked off by the... I know, right? Happened very often. I mean, I had the first. This is run number. Well, technically 3, although number 2 got reset in Leo's painting. But run number 1 had a kind of a hot pace going into Leo's lab, and then I choked it all. I couldn't let it lull me into a false sense of security. Kill that mouse. When I did, I'd have to fight the whole set again. Screen reloading and resetting the uncleared layer. Hey, Colin. Yeah, hopefully I can get my first PB at this game since 2019. I mean, to be fair, this is a very chill and casual speed game for me. If I actually put more effort into it, getting faster times would be a lot easier. Well, easier, you know what I mean, though. Well, I have no interest in the Japanese version, just because I figure if I'm going to run a fairly obscure game like this, also making it a foreign language would be a pretty big disservice as far as for people aware of the game. Welcome back, Butters. Hey, Estriarch, welcome in. It's very good taste if you like this game. Or even know about it in the first place, too. Kind of sad that this Quintet Super Nintendo games are considered alt obscure games nowadays. I guess pretty much all of them except for ActRaiser, which has a lot more name recognition thanks to being a launch title for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, Anime Lisa is fun. It's 3 or 4. Hey, Impopo. Yeah, it's going alright. Yeah, I mean, Quintet made the game and Enix published it. Outstanding. I do miss when Enix was Enix before becoming part of Square Enix too, because I have a really hard time seeing modern Square Enix ever make games like this anymore. Yeah, I'll be at SGDQ. Not running any games, but I'll be dealing with some behind-the-scenes tech stuff. Thanks, Butters. I took this game more seriously. One big thing I'd need to work on too is memorizing how many monsters are in each layer too. Like, it would save multiple seconds on these wizard fights alone, just because if I know that I've killed the last one and I don't have to be afraid of getting close and aggroing a spawning one. Saved. Well, to go to SGDQ, you do have to register in advance, and I think it's at capacity already. Yeah, to register you do have to have proof of vaccination. Thanks for the luck, Bobsled. Yeah, it's in Minneapolis. Which I appreciate, because that means it's a 4.5-hour drive for me, and I don't have to fly. Turbo the dog was Quintet's mascot and was all of their RPG games in some form. Grandmas. You have to register in advance. There's never really been walk-ins, as far as I know. It's gamesdonequick.com if you want to see if there's still any openings. Cycle on the bus. still a minute ahead. Hey, Ice Spirits, are the poke of the gods. I probably would have actually saved time there if I hadn't forgotten to re-equip the power bracelet, although it probably wouldn't have been able to. I think it's kind of heavily implied that it's the same masters from ActRaiser. Poke a bunch of killer robots to death. At level 16 to swing the only sword that damages them. Big payoff of getting the ice armor. Let's casually stroll across the tiles here. Tense fight, because if one of those rocket mice breaks away, it's a pretty huge time loss. You have to wait for it to come back. terrible basement. Speaking of ActRaiser, I kind of like to view these model towns as being product placement for ActRaiser, as far as all houses having a more than passing resemblance to the towns in ActRaiser that you build. Yeah, what High Spirit said, in order to be able to damage the final boss, you have to be at least level 24. Enemies in the final world are worth so much experience that grinding to level 24 doesn't take much time at all. So you enter the final world, I think, at like level 20. Not die to the catapults this time in the zone. That was what killed my pace in the first run, was that... Alright. Real chicken on that fight, but I did not want to die again. That's one of the worst places to die in the whole run, really, is because not only do you have to come back here, but then you have to fight the catapults with no magic, which is slow. They lost core, yep. Steady progress. Easy. Be hasty now. be really bold, I'd skip this hill, but I'm... Alright. Had a bad feeling about that with how many hits I took tracking it down, but we did it! We did not choke on Leo's lab. We just need to await RPG Jerkbird at the end of the next world, draining my time away. Anyone you can walk away from. Not a particularly fast first. That was way better. Jeez. Had a good glitch hit in, and then they cooperated pretty well. Actually got jumps for So emotional, but with some of the chillest music known to mankind. Well, not forever. I mean, till next spring. That one was a bit on the slower side. Shredders, as I call them. Oh, for obvious reasons. I'm waiting for the physical edition of the new Turtles Beat 'em Up to come out. I like what I've seen so far, though. Of course, I want a Pizza Hut coupon. I missed out in the 90s for the NES game. Which game? This game or Ninja Turtles Arcade? Somewhere between 40 and 50. Casual and speedrunning. It's not on death's door going in this room. Alright, let's see how RPG jerk. It's not a hard boss if you know what you're doing, but it's the most random boss in the game by a lot. You need it to do 2 fireball patterns in order to win, but it can do swoops across the deck of the ship instead, and each time it does that wastes some time. Asen, well, the bird has not been nice to me since I started running this again. I've usually been getting like 8 or 9 dives. I got a 0 in the last completed run, but that was after a death to it, so yeah. My favorite though was when I was still very, very new to the run, and I forget if I either forgot to equip the power bracelet or did something else incorrect, but I got 4 fireballs in a row, and you basically got a perfect fight, even though it took twice as many cycles. Yes, happy Father's Day to Dr. Lou. Is anybody else in chat? Here we go. mess up the... It should have been a 0, but I stopped the minute up on the at the start. Still saved time though because I didn't die. I had 2 unintentional deaths in my PB. Yeah, I don't really understand this part of the story at all because Dr. Leo gives you the key and tells you to escape on the airship, but then proceeds to blow up the people that you're escaping from, but then you escape anyway. I don't know. It's a cool set piece for a boss. I must have just started moving up just a hair too early before the first cycle, as far as why the bird's a little too high. If I was more aggressive, I could have potentially killed it during the swoop cycles too, because you can get hits in, but it's risky. Risky if you haven't practiced it, I should say. Well, I... probably jinxing it, but like a 146 might be on the table now. Yeah, the only real theory I have is that it's meant to be a plot twist, that it was really Queen Magrid that summoned Deathtoll and sold all the souls of the world for money instead of King Magrid, and that it wasn't translated very well. Let's guess on what that cutscene even means. Like it's a Lady Macbeth type thing, maybe. Stinky pit. Latest I've ever used. Hey Jeff, evenings. I dare to say we've got kind of a hot run going. Certainly opportunities to choke, but certainly take a choke of catastrophic proportions to lose over 2 minutes at this point, once I'm past my... If that happens, know who to blame. At the dark part, right? This shrine we're on is in the middle of a swamp, so it's probably pretty humid. Like, and I thought I might be like a pixel or two too far to the left, actually. World 6 boss is not the only jerk. Get in touch with our inner Guybrush Threepwood as far as holding our breath for 10 minutes. Phoenix resides on the stage. And we need red hot dancing to go with the red hot stick. Anyone's not familiar with the game, by the way, we need the Phoenix in order to fight the final boss. Even get to the final boss, too. What he came here for. Little chibi Deathtoll. GG! It's probably a 146.40. Heck yeah, nice run. Finally, P achieved a personal best at Soul Blazer. And with 5 gold splits to boot. GG's, everybody. Right. So yeah, this was my first sub 12 solid arm and first sub 30 wood. It's like mistakes that I can remember, major mistakes that I can remember. Forgot to re-equip the power bracelet before going into Poseidon, so I had to do an extra cycle of that. I almost died to Tyndall in Leo's lab. I think I had 2 HP left at the end. Something was off about my manipulation for the Magrid Castle boss's first cycle, so I was able to kill it in 2 cycles despite getting the RNG for it, which is pretty Yeah, given that this is my sum of best was a mid 147 before today, so it's improvement. I mean, standard disclaimer that pretty chill speed and casual speed game for me. This time is not competitive in any way, but that would require putting a fair bit of practice into it, which I felt super motivated to do as of yet, but who knows, maybe someday I'll actually want to chase like a sub 140 while you're doing some pretty dangerous things like skipping the ice armor. Yeah, I mean, sub 140 is where it's at for being good, like, even, like, good at this game. Like, sub 135, I think, is if you want to be among the best. Probably the single thing that scares me the most about the ice armorless route is the triple rocket mice fight in his basement. Let's take a lot of damage in that fight and skip the ice armor. You have very little health to spare. That is committed to sting over the hot plates. Yeah, I'm done for the evening. And watch the well-deserved ending, and then find someone to dispatch you fine folks to. Something I would really, really love for this game to have, though, is a way to skip the Phoenix. You could just somehow get to the end of the World of Evil, then go fight Deathtoll without having to do all the backtracking to get the Phoenix. It really drags down the pacing of the speedrun, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think there's really any meaningful RNG in Leo's lab. It's just tight execution. Oh, is it? I'm guessing it's mostly durian you're talking about for World 3, between the lava or the magma falls and then the gumdrops. The route I use, I get the strange bottle in World 2 so that I can carry my gems from Rockbird to Durian and make that bit of RNG largely go away, but if you want a top time, you have to skip it. I know top runners like to skip the medical herb on Rockbird too, which takes away a lot of the leeway for getting hit by falling magma and Durian. So you chose yes or yes. Yeah, thanks Lapel, thanks Colin. If anybody's new here, by the way, definitely appreciate you stopping by. Gonna be out of town the next 2 weekends because I'm going to Summer Games Done Quick. I'll be back. Back on July 10th. Next game I'm tentatively planning to speedrun is Secret of Mana, although I'm still a long ways away from having like a good set of notes and practice saves and stuff. I'm planning to look at the glitchless any percent category. If I don't end up enjoying it though, we'll probably just do like 1 or 2 runs and then move on though, like Elmegas did when he ran that. But I'd like to at least give it a try. Yeah. Upper echelon SNES RPGs I haven't speedrun yet. Secret of Evermore, huh? I really should play Secret of Evermore again at some point too, just because I haven't played it I mean, I played it as a kid, but I haven't played it since. It's a short game too. It's like about the same length as this game, casually, I think. 12 hours. Well, I guess maybe do I really have to qualify it by saying like what I consider upper echelon SNES RPGs? Yeah, Tecmo Secret of the Stars is not what I would consider Tecmo Secret of the Stars fans out there. Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, like, I've seen Pasama do speedruns of it, and it's a decently cool looking speedrun for what kind of game it is. The fact that it's got some somewhat major glitches that largely remove any need to grind. I do unironically like the 7th Saga. Don't know if I'll ever speedrun it though, just because I've seen speedruns of it, and doesn't look like a run I'd like particularly enjoy. How much grinding it has. Yeah, I think it's a game that feel like kind of is. It makes for more interesting challenge runs as far as like party and equipment restrictions and stuff than straight up speed runs. Oh yeah, Quintet was a pretty small studio. Like the guy that was the head producer, director for this game was also the president of Quintet too, as far as small of a company it was. I really, yeah, that's him right there, Masaya Hashimoto, I think. But anyway, I really hope more Quintet games get ported to modern platforms, though, like ActRaiser did last year. Like, what my pipe dream that I don't really ever see happening, but I would love to see nonetheless would be a, oh no, that's him there, Yukihide Takekawa is the president of Quintet. Would be a Quintet Classics collection where they take this game, Illusion of Gaia, Terra Enigma, the original ActRaiser 2, and RoboTrack, and then kind of give them the treatment like Saga Frontier and Secret of Mana got last year, where they the graphics get upscaled to HD, like the script gets retranslated, a few other little quality of life enhancements and stuff, and then otherwise just let the games be what they were in the 90s. Love to see that. It's just, I think it's just so unfortunate that, like, especially this game is not not playable easily on modern technology because it was never released on like Virtual Console or anything like that. Either have the original cartridge, some kind of emulation. Hey, 10, morning. It's for the tail end of a pretty hot Soul Blazer PB. I even beat my sum of best from before I started attempts tonight, too. Definitely a good night. Sum of best was like a mid 47 before starting up attempts tonight. Maybe someday. I've watched the randomizer a few times, and it doesn't really look that interesting to me, to be honest, just because of how much longer it takes to play a randomizer seed than to just do a vanilla run. But there are some kind of fun-looking things about it, in particular, actually having to use magic other than light arrows. 8 spells in this game, and you'll use 2 of them in the speedrun. Yeah, I mean, for a rando to interest me, it basically needs to be significantly shorter than doing a vanilla run, and also very different as far as what you're doing. Like the FF4 free randomizer free enterprise I like because it's about like an hour and a half shorter typically than a vanilla major skips FF4 run, and it changes what you're doing in the game very, very significantly too, as far as making it open world.